Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of our Life is Strange double exposure Spoilercast. My name's David Turner. I'm here with Sean Bell.
Hello.
Matt Murray.
Hello.
And James Farley.
Hello.
Strap in, everyone. This one's going to be short. You might want to set your podcast player to 0.5 speed.
Yeah.
Well, you say that now, people looking down say, why is this 3.5 hours?
Yeah, we're doing the spoiler cast for episode 4 of Double Exposure, and I was absolutely shocked at how short this was. I think the past 3 episodes have been around 2 hours. This was half that, and it didn't feel like it ended on a cliffhanger or anything.
Then I've got like as many notes for this as I have.
I've got hardly anything for this.
Yeah, I've got a fair amount of notes.
I mean, please just chip in where you can. But like, did it end on a cliffhanger? It felt like I missed something at the end. Like there was something that happened, and I was like, because to me it was like it felt like it was almost mid-scene before the credits started.
Yeah,
It was a
because a cliffhanger should be like, oh shit, there's one of 2 or 3 things is about to happen.
Yeah.
Whereas this sort of ends on like, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Finding yourself with a gun pointed at a camera crying, for example.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Let's get to this. Life is Strange, Double Exposure, episode 4. Right. Anyone want to go for
Diptych?
Diptych?
I quite enjoyed this.
Gotta get the Diptych.
This opening segment where they like revealed all the truth to each
Right,
other.
okay.
It was fine.
We're jumping ahead. I thought the opening to this was brilliant. And I think mainly because it was the first time that I saw Max and Safi talking to each other normally. And I thought, this is brilliant.
True.
I'm actually seeing a relationship here. And they're not going, a boobity boop boop.
Big fucking yikes.
Big fucking yikes and little sharp guys. There was none of that. And it was a real discussion about their powers. Right. Yeah. So opening back at Max's house. Bit weird that the episode asks you to pick an outfit, then asks you to change outfits within the opening 12 seconds of the game. Did anyone else find that a bit odd?
Well, I mentioned this off air the other day.
Right.
I had a look at the other outfits that if you buy the special super edition of the game, they're all way cooler than the default ones.
Yeah.
Like the default ones are just reskins, whereas all the other ones are like clearly like different models and stuff. Like all the hats and stuff are different.
It's how they get you. It's like Dead or Alive.
It is.
It's
Exactly
like
right.
that.
It's quite like Dead or Alive, James. There's not a bikini thing. Max has... Right, okay, I thought I'd picked up on an interesting detail here. Oh, no, this was in the last episode, sorry. Max has the bottle cap and uses it to ask Safi a question. I asked, how does shapeshifting work? I didn't know that you're kind of forced to ask all of the questions.
Yeah.
So I thought this was a bit strange because obviously, as we discovered last episode, you wouldn't necessarily have figured out what happened at the end of episode 3.
Not if you're Matt Murray.
I mean, I didn't.
So to
no.
just launch into this episode with,
Yeah.
you're a shapeshifter.
Shapeshifting, yeah.
I think a lot of people probably would have been like, oh, right. Oh, is that okay?
Yeah, I assume Matt. This was great for you, wasn't it? They slowly...
Well, no, because so I played this on the day after we recorded a previous spoiler cast, so we already had half an hour chat at least on the whole shapeshifting thing. So the first 15, 20 or maybe half an hour of this episode, I'm like, well, this is literally just what we were discussing last night. So
I know, but had you not been on a podcast, you would have appreciated it.
This isn't a normal way to experience this game.
Is it not?
Yeah,
well, I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, but it was like, oh, I wrote here, shapeshifting confirmed in notes. I don't know.
I thought it was interesting because I was saying last time about how I don't know how this ends, but if it is a bit of a sort of like Max sort of takes on the role of like helping other people with powers not lose control, and it's like a bit of a Professor Xavier X-Men thing. I thought this conversation was really interesting because having already thought that, and then seeing Safi being really like, mate, we've got fucking powers, we're amazing. I was like, oh shit, she's Magneto. Like this is this is really weird. But I don't know if that was something they were aiming for or not, but it's interesting.
Well, we'll see how this ends. I think that'll have a big impact on it. Right, Safi gives a shit answer, but it feels like she's been able to do this for a good while. And it sort of confirms that this is not a recent thing for Safi.
Yeah.
She's been able to do it since middle school, she said, or something like that.
Yeah.
So it has been for a while. Oh,
there was an interesting distinction in the way her power works, which I thought was interesting, in that she's not a shapeshifter. It's that she's altering people's perception of her.
Yes, that's right.
Which obviously comes into play later, but
right. I put right. So this was talking about fixing. This was when they were on the lake, the frozen lake, and they were talking about how she fixed the ice on the lake by switching it from the other timeline.
Yeah.
And I thought they didn't get that across at all. Like I thought she was reversing time.
Yeah. Well, 'cause that was weird, wasn't it? Yeah. Because initially I was like, oh, is Max not even going to tell Safi about the rewinding time thing? Like, she went straight in with the alternate timeline stuff. And we're like, and I was sort of thinking, like, no, go from the start, Max, for fuck's sake. I mean, she did eventually, but it was a weird way of. Yeah.
Why Max goes straight in and tells Safi that she's dead in another timeline is beyond me. That was a little bit blunt.
Yeah, like, did you have to?
But then that is what explains Max's behaviour. She's like, no, I'm trying to prevent your murder or solve it in addition.
But she was quite blunt with it. She was like, yeah, you're dead in the other one. It's like, all right.
You're brown bread, mate.
Is this is the point also where you get the chance, don't you, to say whether you killed her or whether she's just
not
dead?
Yet. Not yet. It's coming up.
That's really soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is really soon, but I've got. Let me get to the notes, James, and jump ahead.
Well, I don't know what's in your notes, do I? So I don't know if you've already got that.
But
there is no choice before that. Yeah.
A little bit of trust, James. A little bit of trust. I know you've only written 3 notes down for this episode, but I got 3 pages of this shit
I've got
here.
about 7 or.
Shitloads.
What were you going to say, Matt?
I said there's no big choice before that. Anyway,
yes,
choice
there
of
is.
the game.
Okay, we're gonna get there.
Isn't it?
Just look. We're gonna get there. Fucking hell!
It's before it or after or around it.
Right. Okay. I then ask her how long she's had her powers. Safi's had them for a decent length of time. That checks out, to be honest. It sort of felt like that anyway. The way she's talking about her powers, she no longer seems that surprised about them. I think that's really important. Now asking if Safi can turn into anybody, but it's only if she's met them in real life. I ask about Gwen. Of course it was Safi. She did this as an act of revenge, right? So this is going through all the stuff we discussed on the last thing where it all started clicking. We're going, that must have been Safi, that must have been Safi. And this was just confirming all that sort of stuff. Safi's angry that Max that she didn't tell her about Gwen cancelling the book. But was there an option to tell her about that?
I wondered this.
No, I don't think there was. No. I thought you got railroaded into this, but
yeah, I think you're right actually. And Safi changed into Lucas to fuck things up with his son, and I put that's insane, really. Like that is
that's
this is the thing. Like, I mean, the book was dead. Why did she could just self-publish on Amazon?
Did you?
It wasn't mentioned, was it? Wasn't mentioned.
Yeah. For £400 a book. Did you chastise for that, or did you go along with it?
No, I chastised her for it.
I said that wasn't cool. Yeah.
It wasn't. It was horrendous.
Asking about Amanda, this is confirming all the stuff we spoke about in the last episode. It's as if this whole bit was just written for Matt Murray. Honestly, Safi having a go at Max for not telling her about Gwen is a bit rich when she seems to have been going around undercover relentlessly around Max. Like, I did think that was a bit... You know, you can't have a go at me for not telling you about Gwen when you pretended to be a love interest of mine at the time,
but
just
again,
to try and get information out of me.
I think this is trying to sort of turn the spotlight on Max. In that, we've always said it's weird how she's really fucking nosy. A lot of the puzzles revolve around her. Get breaking into shit or doing whatever. I think this is trying to knowingly be like, and this is what it looks like when someone else with a power is trying to get their own way too.
Is doing it, on the fly.
Yes and no, but then Max should have had a better reaction to it because Max seems to just go, okay, throughout the whole thing. And then this bit really made me laugh when she's going, they brought up that, have you ever shapeshifted into Moses? And they go, no, absolutely not. That's off limits. But hold on, you shapeshifted into me quite a few times.
I found that really weird because it's like,
so
now you're pretending...
parent.
Now you're pretending you do have some morality over how you handle this, except you've done loads of shady shit.
Yeah, stuff like fuck up a parent relationship with a child.
I know this is massively jumping ahead, but she said she'd never been like shapeshifted into Moses. But much later in the episode, there's that bit where she has that breakdown, and she kind of like shapeshifts into all the people she's
everyone.
been, and one of those people was Moses.
But that's her losing control, right?
Yeah,
that's
she had no
not
control
necessarily
of
like everyone she's been in the past. It's just like everyone close to her, isn't it? I guess. Or
I think so. But yeah, James, this would be interesting because there's a really touching bit when Max talks about Chloe dying, and and how it saved the town, but she was getting really upset about her best friend passing away, and it was really well done actually. And I've put God knows what this bit is like for James.
No, I mean, again, this was where basically you just get repeatedly told that this was a terrible thing that you've done, and it's just like like how it's ruined everybody's lives and everyone died and it was terrible and what an awful person you are.
Sounds like you killed the entire town.
Yeah,
I did. Kind of. Oops. Lol.
The game constantly reminds you that you made that bad decision.
Yeah,
ages
it's
ago.
repeatedly like in this. It does that. It's it's annoying.
Max explaining how she told Arcadia Bay, but what? Max explaining how she told Arcadia Bay, but doesn't go into why that was the only real fucking choice.
Told must be a typo. And
right, yes.
She kind of says like,
I think you meant exploded.
She says like, I had to choose between Chloe or the town. Like she could have quite explicitly said like, most of the residents of which would have died. Like
she didn't really go into that, did she?
I wasn't knocking some bins over. It was a bit more than that.
I remember that boy that kissed you. Do you remember the weird nerdy boy that you kissed?
It was
point?
that
That was all a bit weird. That bit
because there was no relationship build up virtually at all, and then it was just like
Safi confirms that Lucas stole Maya's book before she took her own life. I was way off then. So yeah, there was part of me that was going, "Come on, mate, there's got to be something else about this." But no, this confirms all the stories that Lucas really, really is a bad guy.
Yep. Like he got Maya killed, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
And just assumed he was powerful enough to just steal the work of someone who was still around.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Like, I can see why you made the assumption you did, because it doesn't. Maybe this is me being really naive, but yeah, you would think anyone would be like, well, I can't literally just steal it from under her nose while she's in,
But then again, later in the thing, there's a hint that maybe you've got Lucas wrong. There's a couple of lines in here that I'm kind of like, I don't know where this is going, but we'll find out.
And it's a bit annoying the way they dangle it.
I've got written down here, I've got a feeling that justice for Maya is going to involve tragedy. Like it's in some sort of way.
It always does. Got to say, this is the best we've seen of Safi. She's such a better character than she has been here. Understandably so, but it's still noticeable. I mean, yeah, like in previous episodes, she's been just a bit of a dick. At times, like I can't really put Max and her together as best friends, but then I suppose you could.
No,
you couldn't really you couldn't really with Max and Chloe though, right? They were very different people.
But that relationship seemed to work like more. It felt more.
Yes, I agree.
Attract kind of.
Yep.
There was an infatuation from Max on Chloe because
Safi was just a bit of a dick to her throughout, wasn't she? But then here. You could see the friendship for the first time, I think. This conversation around the table. Right, Safi's solution to the murder problem is pretty damn good. Do you have a gun? Good. Don't get a gun. That was. I thought that was. So this was. I don't know if that's a bit of a weird way of putting it. So Max says to Safi, "Look, I've seen the future, and I shoot you." And she's like, "Well, don't get a gun then."
Yeah, then you cannot shoot me.
So again, this was another weird one. So I chose not to say that I shot her.
So did I.
But then she immediately just picks the photo up and is like, "Were you going to tell me about this?"
Oh well.
She's always leaving that fucking photo about it. She must put it away, burn it. Easy decision, right? So this is the big decision. Do you think you're capable of hurting me like that? Why would anyone say yes at this point? Right, yeah, so there was... Yeah, do you think you're capable of killing me, is what she's saying.
Yeah.
And then why would anyone say yes? Yeah, I think I could totally murder you, actually. Because that's the other answer.
Been weighing it up. Yeah, like I just put, said I wasn't capable of hurting Safi, brackets, a lie. This book is everything we talked about with the detective and stuff. I was like, no, I think some of these answers are allowed to, you're allowed to think that they are potentially lies, right? So yeah, I don't know.
But yeah,
So-
I said no. I assume you all
And
said
you,
no.
James?
I said no as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just
why
a
would you
weird.
say anything else? It's like
But at this point, when I played it, which was this is 20th of January, the stats say that 17% of people said yes, but 83% no. But there's still
That's
17%
ridiculous.
said
Why
Still
would
a
you
yeah,
lot of
say
go on
people
then.
saying
yes?
Well, the thing, I suppose, like, because it's an annoying question, because the truth is, like, well, obviously,
Obviously,
Safi,
it's
obviously that,
capable.
yeah, like, obviously that decision is based on stuff we don't know yet. Like, so it's
Yeah.
stupid to ask me now
at
anyway.
that
like,
time,
yeah,
at that time, no, I don't
The answer's
think
no.
I am
Yeah,
capable of
yeah.
killing you.
yeah.
Like that's the question in front of you. Why you put yes? I don't know. It's fucking ridiculous. In fact, actually, I did notice that in this series, most of the choices have been yep, no,
Yeah,
that one.
there's
that
been very
one.
few
There's
to
not been
sit
struggling
on
with
them.
any of them. Like when you think back to Life is Strange season 2, there were some in that you were like, I can't.
Yeah, I had to go away
I'm
from
going to
it
sit
and, like,
here. Yeah, I'm going to sit here and really think about this.
Yeah.
Right, this has gone a little High School musical. No, High School movie now with Safi and Max plotting to expose Lucas. But I can go along with that. Right, okay. I see this episode in 2 parts. That first half, where you're sitting opposite Safi and having that conversation, I thought was brilliantly done. This second half, I don't know about you guys, I thought was fucking dreadful.
yeah, I
I
totally
thought
agree
it was
with you.
so
And there's
so
one-
bad.
There's one part of this which,
Yes.
given the conversations that they've just had, makes
Let's
zero
go.
sense at all. Like,
Yeah,
why would you
no.
do that? But,
What I like was the fact that their big move was to expose Lucas and a speech in front of 12 people that didn't look like they want to be there in
Yeah.
the first
But
place.
also,
It was-
Safi mentioned, she's like, oh, like I've been working on this all day, and it's like 2 slides.
Right, okay, we're jumping ahead, but-
we'll
but
go.
also, yeah, okay, cool, yeah.
Can I, like this whole scene. I don't know if anyone else is the same. I really like Christmas, so the whole Krampus thing does my head in because
What's what the whole what's
just
the
because
Krampus
obviously it's
thing?
like, oh, we're going to celebrate Christmas, but we're
let's
going to
make
be
it
edgy
mean.
about it.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it's like people
Yeah.
are like, my favorite Christmas films, Die Hard. Like, yeah, all right, well done.
Yeah.
yeah.
Good film,
I always
but I just, you know,
I always
whatever.
get a bit like do you want to are you saying that's the best Christmas movie or are you trying to be different?
Exactly. Like, just say you don't like Christmas films. It's fine. Like, it's,
Yeah, that yeah. Right. The classic play all the evidence on the screen while he's on stage trick, eh? I do wonder if this is all a bit too early and something is being kept from us.
I mean, hang on. Are we skipping ahead? Because I've got some notes on a few.
Yeah, I've got a
you
bunch of
bits
notes.
No,
to bring
there
up
might
to.
be. At this point, I was just not feeling the going around exploring
I
thing.
mean,
but
it felt, yeah, because it felt again like the, you know, dimension hopping puzzle in the same location from several episodes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not enjoy having to manipulate Reggie, who we know already.
Well, no, that's coming up. Yeah, that's coming up.
Okay.
So yeah, no. So I've got that. Let me get to that. So
Sorry, I thought you'd gone straight to the projector being used.
no,
and,
what I was
okay.
saying was what I'm trying to say here is that it feels like this is too early for the big exposing the bad guy
Yeah.
scene.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
there's another episode to go. And remember, I didn't know this was just an hour long at this point. So it kind of felt like, are we being set up to? So in the next one,
turns out
you're
not
going to go.
the bad guy.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
not the bad guy. Which these games
Still
do a
possible.
lot, don't they? These games, pretty much every series has done that, except for maybe season 2, which was a little bit more straightforward.
But then you could say, like, we should have seen this coming because it seemed too obvious that he would be the bad guy, given that that's essentially a repeat of Life is Strange 1.
Right.
I don't know.
But even in Life
I
is
still
Strange
don't-
1,
yeah.
he was painted as a good character, like it's a
Yeah.
good guy up
Yeah.
until the reveal, right? And there's only so many times you can do that without every episode you watch, like the good guy at the start is you go, well, he's going to be the bad guy then, isn't he? You know, or like that's why it was instantly going, Moses is going to be involved somehow.
Yeah, because he's too good. Yeah.
Yeah, he's too nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, at
And,
this point, I'm like, okay, like who really is the bad guy? It's too obvious to it to be Lucas because it's just painted that he was back. So like, I don't know. I'm not really feeling anything. I'd rather they did the classic thing with like, oh, who's it going to be? It's like, are they just railroading us down to Lucas? And
Where's
the
a weird
excitement
way of
there?
doing it. Right, talking to Reggie about the projector. I mean, again, just making a guy who's clearly nervous and anxious.
Yeah, manipulating him.
Yeah, totally manipulating him. Asking if I can look after it instead. Reggie didn't go for it. I now need to fuck up the projector, apparently.
But before that, though, did you talk to Gwen? Because in my notes, I went...
Sean. Look at Sean shaking his head. Like, fucking... I do all the stuff, Matt, so we'll get to it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you see, you're absolutely right, though, Sean. It's like you see someone who looks like they're on the edge of a breakdown with the responsibility of looking after the projector, and Max is like, can I take it? No, I don't want to let this thing out of my sight because, it's really expensive. But, okay, I guess I better break it. It's like, wow.
Yeah, on his watch, he's going to get absolutely bollocked.
Yeah.
Crossing over the Dead World to tell Moses the plan. I'd forgotten Dead World Moses was in on all of this, to be honest. She was like, I need to go and talk to Moses on the Dead World to let him know what we were up to. And I was like, oh yeah, I suppose he knows, doesn't he?
It was at this point that I was like, I've forgotten the Dead World existed, honestly, and didn't really care anymore. It's like
it's boring over there. Everyone's depressed.
Yeah, and the lights are blue.
Yeah,
the weather's slightly worse.
So all the actions in the other world,
and there's no Christmas decorations.
Moses helps me fuck up the projector from the other timeline. So this is where you go over to the projector.
Olga, give it correct name.
Did it annoy anyone else that the projector was a standalone unit? There was no laptop connected. There's no source.
That did confuse me. Yeah, it's like, what's it even plugged into?
It was plugging in a USB into the side of it.
You can do that though. Just plug in a USB.
You can still find it. Yeah, but it looked pretty old school.
I'm with you on that, Sean. It is rubbish, but you can do that.
I wrote down. Go on.
I want to know how you can absolutely destroy a projector by changing the focus on it. Is that gonna...
Yeah, I guess the point was that you were fucking up the motor and it was known to be temperamental, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but still.
I wrote down.
If there was a bit, sorry, like you put the USB stick in, it's like, oh no, you've done it as a PDF. It's not gonna.
Yeah.
It's like, I've done it in Google Sheets. What am I supposed to?
Yeah. You've lost all transitions between.
The audio's not working
between slides. Yeah. I wrote down this line here. You may already have it. There's like this felt like a cringy line where I think it might be when Max is starting to destroy the projector, and she's like, "Sorry, Olga, this is one omelette we have to make."
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Olga.
Okay. Moses helps me fuck the projector up. Yeah. Max asked Moses to run the fake slideshow. Feels bad to wrap him up in all this, to be fair, but there you go.
Did anyone find it was weird that like there's this recurring thing of there is like all the other staff at the bar are off for some reason. So it's like A, we don't want to have to make more staff for the bar. B, we don't have to put Amanda anywhere else ever. She's behind that bar forever. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah,
and the one time she was somewhere else, it was Safi.
Exactly.
The bar looks absolutely dreadful, to be honest with you. It does not look like a happening place. Like, that was the one thing that True Colours has over this. The bar was way better there than it was in this place. Who got the chimney from Moses?
Me. I got that. Yeah.
Who regretted spending the time doing that?
Yeah, it was totally.
Oh no! You see, initially I was like, "What the fuck is this?" But then once I did it, I was like, "That is quite sweet." It's Dead World Moses getting a message from Living Safi.
Getting a message. Like... Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I did have a little bit of a. Oh, that's nice.
But I went over to like Dead World where all the other other gingerbread houses were. I was like, okay, surely I'm gonna get to nick one of these. And there's like, there's no action buttons. So I was like, wow, where am I getting this from?
You have to get
Safi's one. But I don't know if this was intentional or not. But just by the toilets, there's this group of students having this really pretentious discussion about art and stuff, and that is playing out exactly the same in both worlds.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
I don't know if they were making the point. It's like, yeah, these three girls do not give a shit about Safi being dead.
Yeah. No, I did put that actually, Sean. Got the chimney for Moses, and the weight of Moses losing his mate hits hard. This all seems like a lot to do for about 12 people in a student bar.
There's a lot of effort.
I mean, we'll get to it, right? We'll get to this, but the reveal happening on stage, I thought was more embarrassing than anything
I
else.
thought it was
So
rubbish.
Because no one seemed to be reacting to it.
Well,
Yeah.
not
I don't
just
really know what
that.
to make of it. Yeah.
Not just that, but why the fuck did he just stand there and just like go along with
give
it?
that speech and that.
He'd just be like, okay, I'm out. I don't understand that at all.
Okay, all right, we'll get to that. Convince Lucas not to call off his weird event. Here
This
we
bit
go.
was.
Oh, that's weird.
What was this bit?
Okay, well, we'll come. Sorry, going back. You're right, Matt. I haven't written notes for that, but I did talk to.
Gwen.
I talked to Gwen. Yeah, I tried to
Gwen,
convince
yeah.
her, but she wasn't.
Yeah,
interested.
she wasn't interested in my.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, because she's right there, like when you first gain control in that area. So I talked to her first, and then she said, "Yeah, I'll go along with it with me."
Yeah, because
really?
because you didn't save the footage, did you?
Yeah,
did
neither
you?
did
Oh,
I.
no, I
but
did,
she
I did,
still-
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I
didn't-
did save it.
I
didn't
saved the
save the
footage, but she still wouldn't help me.
That's what I'm saying. I saved the footage, and she didn't help
But
me.
I didn't save the footage, and she
Oh,
didn't
no, sorry.
help me. So I
No.
must have
Oh,
done something
right,
else
I
to
wonder
annoy her.
And I
made
did,
you
and she
not-
did. So.
No, I didn't. I didn't save the footage. Sorry, I let her burn
Right.
it, but
Yeah.
then she still wouldn't help me.
Yeah, so
Oh, weird.
I wonder what
weird.
the.
So what? How does she help?
She just says that she's up for it. She said she's up for
not
helping.
involved.
Is that it?
I need to recommend
Is she one of the people that just goes boo,
Yeah.
boo?
Probably.
When Max boos, I
Yeah,
almost
like-
smashed my screen. It was so cringe, man.
Yeah, like, I talked to Gwen first. She agrees to help screw over Lucas. See if there's any other notes. Yeah, I can't remember. One thing I forgot. One thing I forgot to mention in the last episode we recorded on chapter 3. When next day I was really kicking myself. Is in maybe episode 1 or 2 where I did that the favor for Vin about the package, like the post packaging.
Yeah.
And like, did you cash in your
Yeah.
favor?
I
And I
did, yeah.
didn't. Right. On episode 3, there's another bit where it
that's
says
right.
I was talking to him again. And it's like, use the favor, and I was like, no. So I've still got that favor in my back pocket with Vin. I wonder if that's ever like in the last episode. If I'm going to
probably
bet it
wasted that. Yeah,
I bet it's like when
Damn it.
when you're waiting all the best, you've got all the best ammo, and you're saving on.
it's like Resident Evil where that ended with 5 house and bullets. Well, I'm hoping that favor in my back pocket might do something in the last episode, but it probably won't.
I kind of love the fact that you don't know how Gwen helped
Yeah,
you.
I haven't got any other notes. Yeah,
Gwen will remember this, but Matt Murray won't.
I think she just spoke up when everyone's kicking off and like shouting back at him.
do you not feel it's sort of like? I think Gwen's a really cool character, except she's basically been implicated in this whole book theft thing.
Yeah.
And seems to just be getting a pass for it.
Well,
Like,
no,
at
there's
point
gonna-
is Max
there's-
like, no, you are fucking culpable in this as
Yeah,
well.
you're
like-
right. Yeah, she is culpable. I think we're going to find out more about that in the last episode because
Yeah, true.
one thing that's really interesting about all this, Yasmin does not come up the whole episode,
No.
and clearly Yasmin is heavily involved in all
Yeah.
this.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where the last episode.
I think she's going to end up being the big bad, isn't she?
I don't even necessarily think she's going to be a big bad.
I mean, I've got something on that at the end of this.
Okay.
But
Okay, all right. Well, we'll get to the end. Okay. Max pickpockets Lucas for some reason and finds a gun.
Well, hang
What
on.
the
We're
fuck?
skipping.
This was
What
We're
we
skipping Loretta, in inverted commas, where Safi turns into Loretta.
That's
to try-
just where she just goes.
Oh,
off
that's
to chat him,
right.
isn't it?
Yeah, she just goes off to chat to him for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
Really.
Did you not go out and talk to him?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Why? What are you talking about?
Well, it's just I just don't get it.
Yeah,
Like-
I didn't get that. So
She's
I
like,
had
so
the
like,
bit-
oh, we need to talk. Like he's thinking of bottling it. We need to go and talk to him. And then she turns into Loretta. Why? And then goes out and is just berating him,
Yeah.
basically. And then
Yeah.
you get the option of either joining in or trying to make him feel better.
Yeah, but I didn't think it was clear whether I was supposed to be making him better or joining
Yeah.
in. So I sort of joined in, and it was like you took the piss out of Lucas actually during that bit. I was like, yeah,
I
suppose
sort of
did,
bigged him
really.
up, but then I was like, but why is Safi as Loretta having a go at him?
Yeah, I don't know. Fucking weird. That whole bit was weird.
Didn't make
But
any
this
sense,
bit was
did it?
weirder. Max pickpockets Lucas and finds
Oh,
a
this
gun.
bit is
What the
brilliant.
fuck is the matter with her?
this
And then
is
I've
the
put, in
bit.
I've put in capitals, Max, why are you sort of just waving a gun about
I
in
know,
the bar?
in the fucking
Yeah.
student
What
union.
do I do with this?
But also, we have already established that there's a shooting is going to happen.
I know.
We've already, and then there was even a line earlier on where they were like, "Well, just don't get a gun. Like, don't do this."
Why is
holding
she
it.
like, oh my god, I'm holding a gun. I should absolutely not have a gun. But like, also, why did Lucas have it in his fucking coat pocket?
Yeah, just loose.
Why was he just
also-
like patting it? Is it like a little sort of pacifier for him, like his little baby?
Also, it belongs to him as well, though. Why is she just taking it?
Yeah.
It's very strange.
But even not like if you, right, overlooking all that, if you're going to steal a gun from a co-worker, don't hold it up in a bar.
Yeah.
Like waving it about.
What's this? What's this, guys? Fucking hell. Vin makes a joke, then says no hard feelings, bro. That really pissed me off. Vin is sort of taking this over. It's like, we've done all the projector stuff. Why are you making this all about you now,
that was
Vin?
weird.
Yeah, it was that whole,
Don't like
this
Vin.
whole bit.
Vin's face does my nutting.
And the way he was talking as well, with his going, so, Lucas, it's like, oh mate, honestly, this is not good.
I hated this whole sequence. And
this was
It's
dreadful.
pretty painful. Yeah.
I made Max boo, and I don't know why. Vin exposes Lucas,
I did that.
but no one
Just
in the
for a laugh.
bar seems to give a shit.
Yeah.
In quotes, I put,
because I was like, why is Vin running the show? And like, because I almost quite liked him in this bit because oh my god, he's grown a fucking spine.
Yeah.
In his own
Who
way.
is that?
And then immediately crumples. Like
there's a bit that I was fucking belly laughing at, right? So they had like chatter in the background while this was going on, but the shot, like the gasp sounded like one person in the back, right? It didn't sound like a collective gasp. And there was a bit where they said, and that is why you've only released one book. And then in the back you heard someone go, I can't believe this. That's why the one book. I had to pause it because I was gasping for it.
It would have been
I can't
so
believe
good.
this. That's why the one book.
They should have had in the background all like the murmuring, and then they're like, "Fuck no!"
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm looking for 10. He's a wanker. Yeah.
I said that is a line that really made me laugh. Right, okay. This whole scene is pretty terribly done. Yeah. Vin seems to bottle it and then just runs off. Right, okay. Then Safi needs to go on. Yes, Vin sort of just goes,
the fact is a roast as well. Oh, let's roast.
Yeah. Safi then decides to go on stage to talk to Lucas or continue the whole charade, and you get to choose to go as yourself or go as someone else. Again, why would anyone choose go as Vin?
Exactly.
Why would you go as Vin?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
So yes, you're right. It does sound better coming from a man. Good idea, Safi.
Yeah, weird choice.
And I suppose like the point Safi makes is like, no, I've tried to do this as myself and it hasn't worked. So, okay.
Yeah, but you'd be like, but have you seen Vin? Like, have you seen?
Yeah.
So I wrote, I said, I'll go with Safi. It will reduce the power usage. So hopefully a good thing. Thinking like, reducing the amount that she uses the power that might ultimately help, but maybe that'd be a choice. But yeah, it's just.
Yeah, so I found the decisions in this game pretty fucking easy to make.
In this one, again, when I played it, 91% of people went as Safi. Only just 9 went as Vin.
Okay.
And again, those 9% are probably streamers making all the bad choices for us.
Safi having an argument with Lucas. No one in the bar seems to care. What? And then I've put so the scene ends. I put what a fucking weird scene. Seriously, that was terribly done and it should have been brilliant. Like that, it was weirdly done, very weirdly done. And in the end, sort of Lucas,
the whole thing just felt weird because the whole time I was just like, what? You would just put the stuff online. Yeah. Why is this? Why are we like, oh, we've got to get him at this one event that up to 20 people will be at?
But also, why did he stand there and just listen to the whole thing? I don't get it. Like, why would you do that? You just be like, I'm sorry, this is not what, we thought it was going to be, Yeah,
this roast has gone too far.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. This is... Yeah.
What a fuck about... Yeah, okay.
Also, as if he'd be allowed to announce his own film deal.
Yeah.
As if that's not a PR company that's probably doing that.
Yeah, hey, guys, I think where we want to do this is not Comic-Con, but do it in the student bar
online
with 12 people.
Oh, why is there there's like an event on. Oh, right, will there be more people there than usual? No.
No.
It's a roast.
But have
of
they
me.
got a shit? Have they got a shit projector? Yes, they have.
Yeah.
Does it break? Yes, it does.
Lucas wants to speak to Safi alone. Safi's absolutely loving that because she's got a fucking gun.
Yeah, man, it's buzzing.
Right,
So this annoyed me because per this game's mechanics, straight away I was like, right, go to the dead world, listen in.
Can't do that.
No, did you try it? So basically, you
I
go to the
think I
front
did,
door,
yeah.
and you can see that they're outside the front door talking. They both seem pretty chill. They're just doing.
I noticed that they didn't seem like it was anything was up.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
just like, it's like,
And
Well,
you just can't hear what they're saying. I was like, all right, never mind.
Lucas. Right. Okay. So yeah, we'll get to that. But anyway, going to the dead world to tell other Moses. Vin says something about the cow skull and not covering up for Gwen. Yasmin is involved in this somehow, and then I put Max says she should ease up on listening in. Fucking hell, that's a first.
Yeah, a bit rich.
So there was a bit where you could listen in to other people, and Max goes, "Oh no, I
okay,
should
I didn't do that.
stop doing that," or whatever. And it was like, "Come on, Max, you can't draw the line
stop
now."
that and stop the thieving.
Yeah.
Lucas seems to imply that something Max has done is fucked up or something. She's fucked up. She made a mistake or something.
Yeah.
So this is the stuff where it's kind of like, is this whole thing just pulling the wool over our eyes? Is it trying to, be a red herring? And if it is, at this point, how are they going to pull that back?
Yeah, like
It will
if
definitely be that.
if it turns out that there were signs that you missed,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, it was possible to figure out whatever this is ahead of time and make the right decisions, fine. But if it's just there was no way you could have possibly known and you were railroaded into doing this whole expose thing, that's just not particularly...
Yeah, it's just not a
See,
fun thing to look back on.
I don't have a lot of
doing.
confidence. I don't have a lot of confidence that they're.
Nor do
gonna
I.
go to
Nor
that
do
at
I at this
stage,
point.
'cause,
Nor do
yeah.
I. Right, okay, so this is the bit where everyone goes a little bit nuts and starts shouting, "You lied to me!
You lied!"
You lied!" So this is off the back of an argument that Lucas and Safi's had. Safi's just been told something. We don't know what that is yet, but she is angry at Yasmin, as it turns out. And everyone in the whole town, for some reason, is going, "You lied to me!" while holding
Well,
their
because
heads.
as I say, I think this is why it was interesting that they made that distinction between her not necessarily being a shapeshifter, but that she's tampering with other people's minds.
Right, that's right,
in
yeah.
order to be perceived differently. And it's,
Yep.
I think the assumption is because she's having this episode, she's losing control. She's like fucking broadcasting to everyone.
Yeah,
And
for
that's
sure.
why the whole "you lied to me," like that's Safi saying that,
Yep. But back up at the Look Tower again. Look Tower again. They
It's
love
the
that.
favourite place in the world.
Yeah, yeah. Safi is pointing a gun at Yasmin, and now at Max. Oh, here we go. We're about to find something out. Here we go. Then a storm is brewing.
I know I mentioned this privately the other day, but as I was running through the campus trying to find Safi, Max just goes like, "Oh no, everyone's headaches are getting worse." And then I panned the camera up to see this fucking enormous tornado that's clearly about to kill everyone, and just it's not remarked upon whatsoever. I know we know what that means as Life is Strange fans, and we saw it, when we went back into the through the photograph and everything. But still, feels like it would be worth mentioning.
Yeah, no, this she doesn't seem that bothered about it now.
No.
Here we go then. A storm is brewing, and now Safi has got a nosebleed. Oh no! Right, you get the opportunity to rush Safi or talk Safi down. What do we do?
I rushed her,
Oh my
and the
God.
reason
Okay.
I
too.
did that was because I just thought she ain't listening to anybody at this stage,
You're a
like about
violent man.
anything. So I just thought I'm just going to rush her. So I did.
I talk
Yeah.
Safi down.
I tried to talk her down as well.
Oh, right. So,
Yeah.
I also rushed. I was like, okay, look, this is the only thing I'm going to have to do. If it puts me in harm's way, so be it. But someone else
So what happens when you rush her?
Yasmin gets a bullet in the shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
God,
Safi,
really?
so Safi shoots her mum.
So,
yeah.
like if you do it the other. Oh, Sean, I was going to tell him that she doesn't, and you talk her down, and you all sit down. There's a whole scene around her.
And then the game
in a
actually
cafe.
ends. Yeah. You have to play
Yeah, no.
episode 5. Well done.
It's the same thing. If you try
So
and
you get
talk
the-
it down,
So it's pointless decision.
totally
then?
pointless. Yeah,
Right, okay.
even though it's
God,
treated
no.
as a big decision. I did put
No,
okay.
sorry, how does the mum get shot if there's no scuffle?
She just gets angry and shoots her.
All right. Okay.
Just sort of, yeah.
Fine.
I hope in episode 5 there'll just be like one bit where Safi was like, "You rushed me down instead of trying to talk to me," and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's how that manifests.
I don't think rushing would help in the slightest, so I'll try and talk her down. Oh, she shot her mum. Okay, should have rushed her is what I put, but apparently not.
Doesn't make a difference, yeah.
And then what happens at the end? I don't know if I went blank thinking about what had just happened, or she looks down at something or something, and then it ends.
See,
Like
I can't help you
Yeah.
because all I've written is chose to talk Safi down, and then oh no.
Oh, that's
yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, I said Safi is so fucked. She keeps changing between all the people she shapeshifts into. So you go, all right, yeah, James, about the fact that she becomes Moses, and they said the picture of Max is now no more.
See, all I wrote down here.
Oh, so that's what I missed. So what? She looks down at the picture of her holding the gun, and it disappears.
Yeah, I'm just walking around now. Again.
Oh, I don't think I.
Oh,
that-
that's. I knew I'd missed something.
Shit. But then
Yeah,
did
so
that not
she-
happen in ours, Dave? Is that what plays out differently?
And no, because she definitely looked down at a photo for some reason.
Some spoiler cast. I'm gonna have to check now.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically,
How do you check
it's a
that?
It's a picture, but it's like a different. It's not her holding the gun.
Who's holding the gun?
No, you can't see. It's like a weird. I can't
need to
make out
go
words.
out.
I'm watching the thing now on the on YouTube, and you can't work it out.
Okay. I'm disappointed that I didn't pick up on that then.
Yeah, same.
See, and then all I wrote down was I just wrote so all this is really just about Yasmin trying to control Safi. That seems to be what the whole thing is about, and that she's angry about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's going to be more to it. I really hope there's more to it.
Okay, right. I've just watched this one. Yeah. So the picture that she picks up at the end, it's of the picture you take on the night before Safi gets shot, where you take a picture of, like the statue of the dude holding the Earth. Or was it Atlas, whatever it
right.
is.
So you're going to go back
that's-
into that.
Yeah, so
and
that's the
how you-
picture.
Oh, right. So it's not that the photo of you holding the gun's changed. It's just a different photo altogether.
Potentially. I mean, why?
Not
why I
potentially.
got
That
from it
sounds
was
completely different.
well, yeah.
You
She
threw
picks
it
up
out.
that picture.
But why is that
Yeah,
picture
that
even there?
Yeah, so
don't
that's
know.
why I thought there's a previous picture that had been changed because that picture's everywhere all the time, but maybe not.
Okay, so that's how we go back to episode 1 to shoot
Yeah.
Safi, or yeah.
Because we have that picture, yeah.
God, so
Right,
is
gotcha.
episode 5 literally just going to be walking up to that same location again
15
and
minutes.
having a chat?
Well,
And shooting her.
Rachel's finished this, and she said the last episode is also similarly very short.
Cool.
Oh,
So-
right. Okay. Okay. And that's episode 4. It
I
really
did,
felt to
like-
me
Go
like
on.
this was supposed to be like there's these last 2 episodes supposed to be one episode, and then they chopped it in half because they needed to get 5, I guess.
See,
Yeah.
episode 3 was all right, but I thought this was rubbish.
Yeah, episode 3 was
I didn't
good.
I thought this started well and ended poorly. To
Yeah.
be honest with
I
you.
don't think it even started well because it's just like exposition, which again,
Yeah, but I love that stuff. I thought that was great. Like actually seeing those characters talk to each other like
Yeah.
human beings for once was
Yeah,
great.
yeah, definitely.
That was good, but in terms of like fun gameplay or this or that, it wasn't that. It's just sitting
should
there
say,
watching.
No, yeah, you're just sitting there chatting, but I don't mind that. Like, because when has any of the Life is Strange games have fun gameplay? Like, it just doesn't.
yeah.
Collecting bottles.
Yeah, it just felt the first half
And
was just
batteries.
okay.
Yeah, batteries.
Yeah, I miss the Diaz brothers. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah, me too.
Right.
Choco crisp.
I
I'm
told
really
you it'd be a
gutted
short
that we
one.
can't be more positive about this.
So am I, because I
it's not
do
very
love Life
good.
is Strange.
That's the
Yeah,
I
no,
think midway through, I thought we were going to be a game, weren't we?
Yeah,
Episode
yeah,
3,
after
like, okay,
last
it's
episode,
back.
I
That's what I'm
was really
saying. Like
picking up,
three was all right, and then it's like this was just really disappointing. I thought,
Yeah.
but I don't know. We'll
Okay.
see.
Well, we will see how this one ends. Thank you so much for listening to this spoiler cast. We will be back for the finale of Life is Strange Double Exposure. If you don't know who we are and you've only just found us through these spoiler casts, we do a weekly podcast on this very feed. We are the Computer Game Show, so definitely go and check out our weekly podcast about all aspects of computer games / video games, actually, because we didn't know there was a difference. We're British. Thanks for living it. We will catch you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.